Yo, what's going on, everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger, and I'm back at you again today with another MUT 15 online seasons gameplay for you. We are trying to get into the playoffs here, and you see we got a new quarterback. Come on, Zach Ertz, don't fumble on me like that. But we do have Kaepernick as our new quarterback. Just a quick disclaimer, the gameplays that you'll be seeing over the next couple days after today will be before this gameplay, because I do have a playoff run, or a Super Bowl run I should call it, that I got for you this weekend. So be on the lookout for that, and then everything after that, we will have Colin Kaepernick as our quarterback. Not too many other changes on the roster, but look at Gilmore there getting a nice interception after we turned the ball over. And it's time for another edition. He's taking this one to the house, by the way. It's time for another edition of This Week in the NFL, where we talk about what happened last week and what's going to happen this week in the NFL. The big topic last week was domestic violence, and unfortunately it really hasn't stopped being a topic in the NFL a week later. Another player, Jonathan Dwyer, I believe from the Cardinals, arrested for domestic violence. Just yesterday, Greg Hardy, it looks like he's not going to be playing with his pending appeal on something he was charged with last year. And then Adrian Peterson. I'm just going to make a quick point on this. I'm all for disciplining your children, and I don't have any kids, so I can't really speak for all parents out there. But when I do eventually have a kid, I'm going to discipline them in a way that if I need to, I will hit them. Not like punch them in the face or anything, but if a spanking needs to happen, listen, I'm all for it. But what he did to his kid is just not right. It was inexcusable. And a 4-year-old kid at that, I mean, what could he have possibly done wrong to deserve something like that? So I have no problem if he's done for the year. I think I applaud what the Vikings have done as far as suspending him or putting him on a leave of absence, whatever the actual term is that they're doing with him. I certainly agree with what they're doing. I don't like that they kind of reinstated him, and then when they heard the public's opinion of how people felt about that, they decided to then say he can't play. Again, I think they only did it because of the reactions from the public that they were getting. They really probably want him to play, but because they're going to receive so much backlash for it, they're not playing him. And again, that was kind of the same thing I felt, and I said it in last week's video, that the Ravens did with Ray Rice. They're kind of putting football before life, if you will, but then when they hear how the public feels about it, they go back and kind of smarten up. So let's talk about some actual football. Last weekend was the first week of the season that I got to actually sit down and watch, most of the games, because as some of you may know, week 1, I went to Philadelphia. I was live. I got to saw the Jacksonville Jaguars take on my Eagles, and I was, tailgating all day and drunk and tired and full from eating all the food that I was eating. I barely paid attention to the 4 o'clock games that week, and then the Sunday night game, forget about it. I was sleeping during the whole thing. So, again, week 2 was really good to get to watch some football. Some teams that I want to talk about. The Green Bay Packers, they really struggled. Now, I know they came out and got the win against the Jets, but if I was a Packers fan, I'd be kind of concerned about that, man. They really struggled. I don't think the Jets are that good. Defensively, they're going to hold their own, but their cornerbacks, their secondary are not very good, and the fact that the Packers kind of struggled to get that win is really alarming to me. The Chargers, great win over the Seahawks. I don't expect the Seahawks to be as dominant as they were last year. And by the way, just going to stop talking real quick. The guy that I was playing against, I know he's a subscriber. I know he's probably watching this game. If you play defense like this, people just aren't going to like you, man. Don't play defense like that. It's just not cool. There's my 2 cents on that. So let's continue on and talk about this week of upcoming games. Tonight's game I'm not really excited about. The Falcons, a very disappointing showing last week against the Bengals. I expect them to handle the Buccaneers. Buccaneers was a team that I thought would be good this year, but they've lost 2 at home already. Doug Martin's hurt. Gerald McCoy's hurt. That team is probably done already. The Buffalo Bills and the Chargers, I think, is going to be a good one. My Eagles taking on the Redskins. I think we should win that game. But it's going to be tough. Kirk Cousins is really good, and he may have saved the Redskins. I'm sorry, RG3 may have saved the Redskins season by getting hurt. The Saints, they'll probably finally get their first win, but they got some issues, man. Their defense is not doing what it did last year, but the Packers and Lions should be a good one. The Seahawks and the Broncos, probably game of the week. I'm predicting that the Broncos are going to win this time around. Again, I think Seattle's going to take a step back from this year. I definitely don't think they're going to repeat. I don't know who will, but hit me up in the comments. Let me know who you think is going to pull off an upset this week. It's Popular Stranger. I'm out. Peace.